the NBA on 2K Sports. I'm Kevin Harlan with Clark Kellogg, Steve Kerr, and our sideline reporter Doris Burke. So glad you could join us on this wonderful Saturday night. Welcome to the American Airlines Arena, home of the Miami Heat, and a great venue for basketball. Now the opening lineup for the Oklahoma City Thunder. The front line, Kevin Durant, Serge Ibaka, and Kendrick Perkins. The backcourt comprised of Russell Westbrook and Thabo Sefolosha. And for the Heat, Dwayne Wade and LeBron James at the 2 and 3. Chris Bosh is out there with Shane Battier, and it's Chalmers in at the 1.
Well, LeBron James winning his third MVP in 4 seasons last year. And by the numbers anyway, far and away the best player in the league, averaging around 27 points, 8 boards, 6 assists, almost a walking triple-double.
Here's LeBron following the basket by Russell Westbrook. That's good.
You know, Kevin, they were a step late on their defensive rotation, and that helped them get right to the rim.
And just over a minute played here in the start of the game. Sefolosha kicks to Durant. The feed to Sefolosha. Durant. And yes, sir, that one drops. Durant's got his first 2 points. And going back to LeBron last season, playing the best basketball of his career.
Yeah, and he easily could have won 4 years in a row the MVP trophy, but voter fatigue, I think, does kick in. It's not something people want to hear, but it's a reality. If you ask me, LeBron has been the best in the game for probably 5 or 6 years at least. There's nobody that does what he does on a consistent basis.
Now, here's Chalmers. Wade kicks to Chalmers. It's a look. And again, LeBron James. LeBron's now got 6 points.
And you can just see what his offense means to this team. I mean, it's obvious. They really rely on him to score the basketball.
Back to Westbrook. Good. 6 points for him.
That's grace over power, guys. That finger roll gets him 2 points. Impressive stuff. Well, one thing that you can't say is that the Thunder's rise to the top caught anyone by surprise. In the annual GM survey before the season started, more than 2/3 of the general managers in the league picked Oklahoma City to win the West. That's a gut punch right there, Clark. Cough up the ball at one end and get beaten on the break at the other.
Yeah, that really hurts. That's painful.
Here's Bosh. So the whistle blows on the shot and 2 free throws for the contact right there. First trip to the line for him here.
Well, he was an excellent foul shooter a season ago at about 82%.
Yeah, those were fine numbers he posted at the line. It was hard to find fault with anything he did from the stripe.
Looking at who's out there now for the Thunder. Collison comes in for Kendrick Perkins. And it's Harden in for Thabo Sefolosha. And you look at the roster they have, and Steve, you kind of alluded to it, around the league they were garnering great success. The stars like Westbrook and Durant, so much youth, it's no wonder all those GMs, Clark, that Steve was just talking about, picked Oklahoma City.
And the scary thing is that they'll keep getting picked over and over again. I mean, they have a lot of depth and a lot of skill, and I just see them getting better and better each season.
Good. 8 points for LeBron.
Well, as skilled as LeBron is, what's most impressive is his athleticism. I think you can make the argument that he is the greatest athlete, not only in the history of the NBA, but in the history of sports.
Wow! Did you really say that?
Sure did.
I have to do some work on that one, partner. I do agree he's in that discussion and category. And you know how big and strong most of the athletes are in the NBA, and he can make a lot of them look like crash dummies when he's headed to the basket and they're trying to keep him from getting to the rim.
Well, come up with your list, and we'll talk about this.
Udonis Haslem, he's checked in for Chris Bosh. And then for Oklahoma City, Jones comes in for Serge Ibaka. And it's Maynard in for Russell Westbrook.
You know, a lot of people have asked if a town like Oklahoma City might be a little too slow for a superstar like Kevin Durant, but that's not really his personality. He's a baller. He just wants to stay in the gym and play on a winning team, so this is a perfect spot for him.
And the Thunder with the possession here. After the Heat pick up 2. Here's Collison. Nice second effort. Good job staying with it. Collison's got his first bucket of the night. Here's Chalmers. It's holding by Collison. You know, Durant is a great kid. You know why he wears number 35? That was the age of his mentor when he was growing up. He had an AAU coach that he grew very, very close to. And at 35 years of age, the guy was murdered. So to remember him and to serve as inspiration for Durant, he wears the uniform number 35. So that's the kind of kid he is. So when you hear about a kid working on his game like that, you know, that's what Durant loves. He's all about basketball.
Yeah, he really is. Loves being in the gym, loves the challenge of trying to get better, and loves the element of competition that is the game. And we've got his skills and gifts and ability, and add the motor that he has to that, he's got something special that's going to be our treat to watch for years to come.
A different look for Oklahoma City. Kendrick Perkins, he's checked in for Collison. Cephalosha comes in for Kevin Durant. And Russell Westbrook is subbed in for Eric Maynard. 3 seconds separate the shot clock and game clock. Wade kicks to LeBron. His three-pointers off the mark.
Yeah, again, iffy shot selection there. Defender draped all over him.
Well, you got to understand who's guarding you in that situation. I mean, if he's on you tight, you can't just rise up and try to shoot over the top.
And that'll be Oklahoma City as it goes out of bounds. Thunder retain possession. Here's Westbrook.
Watch out! Perfect inbounds play there. You couldn't have drawn it up any better.
And that replay sponsored by Sprite, giving us a great look at that one. A free-flowing first quarter. Great scoring through 1. Thunder out in front, leading by 7. Back after this from the American Airlines Arena. Now the second quarter getting ready to start up. After the Thunder guys, what stands out to you so far?
And I like what they've done offensively, really attacking the rim, getting a lot of points in the paint.
And guys, they've been the aggressor early. I mean, attacking the hoop and getting into the paint, that can make the game really easy for you.
So with Wade on the bench, this is who Eric Spoelstra has on the floor. Ray Allen and LeBron fill out the wings. Lewis is out there with Chris Bosh, and it's Cole in at the point guard position.
Well, it's kind of scary when you play against Miami. I mean, that talent is so overwhelming. So what a lot of teams try to do is zone them just to cut down on the dribble penetration and force Miami to take outside shots.
And Doris Burke has a report for us from the sideline.
Guys, though Kendrick Perkins is not a big scorer, the Thunder feel that he's exactly what they need inside. As former coach and current coach of the Celtics, Doc Rivers said, his influence on that team is dramatic today. You can see it, you can feel it. They're all defensive players now. Perk has completely changed the culture of that team. You can just see it on the floor. Kevin, Perk's not shy about holding his teammates accountable defensively.
Yeah, championship mentality, Doris. Good point. Thanks. Right at the free throw line, Durant, no good. And it might seem like a bit of bunker approach, but if you are faced with giving LeBron and Wade a jump shot or a dunk, there isn't too much hesitation on Clark in your answer.
No, I would agree. I mean, there are a couple of things that scare you about the Heat. First, they can knock down outside shots and beat you if you try to go to a zone and close off driving lanes. And secondly, they're still probably able to find a way to get inside and dunk through you or over you.
It's kind of like pick your poison.
Yeah, they come at you in a couple of different ways.
A minute and a half gone here in the second quarter. The basket good off the assist from Maynard.
They got the ball into the ideal position, and he didn't flub the finish that time, guys.
Allen for the 3. There's the bucket. Good.
That's all the space he needs, guys. He'll make you pay every time if you give him that shot.
Now Maynard. They set the screen. Harden. Yes, a nice assist from Maynard. Harden's got his first points of the game.
Yeah, a lot of people aren't aware of this, but Eric Spoelstra's father was once the general manager of the Portland Trail Blazers. And Eric went on to play at the University of Portland, had a nice career there before hooking on with the Miami Heat. He's been with the organization for a long time.
Here's what Miami's going with right now. LeBron is checked in for Haslem. Wade comes in for Rashard Lewis. And it's Chalmers in for Norris Cole. The Heat trail by 6. LeBron drives in. Good. LeBron's now got 10 points in the game. And for Coach Spoelstra, Steve, as you mentioned, family ties in the business of basketball. He's been around it since he was a little guy.
Yeah, he knew relatively early on in his life that he wanted to stay around the game. You know, after college, he played a couple of seasons professionally in Germany, and then ended up at the age of 25 working as an intern for the Heat as a video coordinator. So quite a climb for Erik Spoelstra.
Now here's Wade. Defense right on him. They get the rebound. Over Jones. And again, it's LeBron James. LeBron's now got 4 points this quarter.
We've seen some great shooting from him today. They've got to lean on him a little bit more. Well, I think as time has gone on, the Heat hate has died down a little bit. You know, with LeBron and Bosh first signing there, they were really thrust into that villain role, booed in every arena on the road. But I think things have calmed down a little bit, and while they'll never be accepted as an underdog, people do appreciate them as a great team.
And the Heat with some changes. Rashard Lewis, he's checked in for Bosh. And Shane Battier subbed in for Ray Allen. Then for the Thunder, Nick Collison's checked in for Perkins. Durant comes in for Jones. And it's Harden in for Thabo Sefolosha. Harden, Wade is covering. Shot clock at 3.
And what I like watching, Kevin, with this guy is his ability to just chase down rebounds. I mean, he plays so hard, hustles from the opening tip till the final buzzer, and it really shows with his work on the offensive glass.
But something else about him that might not get the attention it deserves is what he provides for them defensively. I mean, he's the glue, the Velcro that holds them together at that end of the court.
And for LeBron, I think the backlash was the hardest. An Ohio native, when he left the Cavaliers, Clark obviously, it was not great.
No, it was not, and he admits that. It's unfortunate it unfolded the way he did, but I think going forward, and as time passes, people will let it go as they should, and LeBron has become, I think, a better man as a result of having gone through that, and a better player, too.
And Mario Chalmers gets the whistle that time. That's his first foul. A different look for Miami. Udonis Haslem, he's checked in for Lewis. Allen comes in for LeBron. And it's Norris Cole in for Mario Chalmers. Then for the Thunder, Daquan Cook's checked in for Collison. And it's Maynard in for Russell Westbrook. About 7 seconds separating the shot and game clocks.
Boy, I like the aggressiveness here, guys. Just powering it down that time.
And descended gradually as he lingered on the rim.
Yeah, you got to be careful, too, guys, because the referees will call a technical pretty easily on that play. He got away with it there.
Maynard the pass to Durant. Blocked. Goes back up. And Harden. And the nice bucket inside. Harden's got his second bucket tonight. Now here's Wade. Looking for his first bucket of the game. And a miss there on the triple. Here's Maynard. Got it off in time, but it's no good. Close game as we wrap up the second quarter. Thunder lead by 4. And coming up after the break, it'll be Damon Bruce breaking down all the highlights from the first half of play.
Now, presented by Sprint.
The weekend is in full swing on a Saturday night.
Welcome back, everybody. The start of the second half getting underway. Both teams battling hard through the first half. Well, you look at Russell Westbrook in this game, he has been everywhere.
But we know he can score, so it's not really a huge shock to see him put up these kind of big numbers.
And I would think that he most likely will continue to carry on this kind of play into the fourth.
The second half is underway, and here's who Scott Brooks has got on the floor. Kevin Durant, Serge Ibaka, and Kendrick Perkins, their front court trio. The backcourt comprised of Russell Westbrook and Thabo Sefolosha.
But part of being one of the elite teams in the league is making sure you handle business when you head out on the road. And one area where Oklahoma City was fantastic last year was their record against Eastern Conference opponents on the road. They dominated.
And let's catch up with our sideline reporter, Doris Burke. Doris, over to you.
Guys, the Miami Heat in their present incarnation have lacked that dominant shot-blocking big man in the middle, but they still have been one of the league's elite defensive teams. Last season, they tweaked their defensive philosophy to try to force more turnovers and enable them to get out and run. As Eric Spoelstra said, we wanted to play more to our athleticism and our activity. And LeBron added, Coach just wants us to be disruptive. We're just trying to use our instincts to create more turnovers. Because we know if we create more turnovers, then it's off to the races. Kevin?
Doris, turnover is a great way to start a break, and they're dynamite in transition. The Thunder with the lead. You know, Steve, they really worked great against the East, going 13-5 on the season, but not a lot of teams gave them trouble.
Well, when you have the number of shooters that the Thunder have, it can be really hard for a team to figure out how you guard them if you only see them once or twice a year. And the Thunder took full advantage of that.
LeBron with the bucket.
And you can see the strategy has been to take the ball inside here.
That's where you get high percentage looks and draw fouls, Steve, and it's a good way to play.
Westbrook kicks to Durant. Over James. Second chance shot. Cephalosha misses.
And you got to like the defense inside, really protecting the rim.
Challenging shots and making his presence felt around the rim, that's exactly what he can give you.
Here's Bosch. And Shane Battier gets the whistle that time. That's his first foul. And a new group in for the Heat. Udonis Haslem, he's checked in for Bosch. Lewis comes in for Shane Battier. Ray Allen, he's checked in for Dwayne Wade. And it's Norris Cole in for Mario Chalmers. And then for Oklahoma City, Nick Collison's checked in for Perkins. Jones comes in for Serge Ibaka. And it's Harden in for Thabo Cephalosha.
You know, James Harden last year won the NBA Sixth Man of the Year award. You probably could have picked him for Most Improved, too. Just a breakout year for him. Shot the ball extremely well and really fulfilled his promise as the third star talent on this Thunder team.
Soft defense right there. Way too soft.
They need a good offensive possession.
Yeah, they've had a number of empty ones, a long time without a basket.
I got to find something, you're right. Harden right side. Durant for three. Here's Collison. Tries again. He flies to the bucket and lays it in. Now it's a 5-point Thunder lead.
And with the defense playing that well, the double clutch was the only way he was going to get that ball off.
And the Heat all time here. And going back to Harden, the number 3 overall pick back in 2009. And it took him a while to really hit his stride. He had to earn his way.
Yep, credit to Thunder for being patient, and give James Harden credit for the hard work he's done to get to this point. He's an efficient scorer, and to me that makes the difference because he gives you big production coming off the bench for him.
And the Thunder making a change here. Cook's checked in. Harden with it. And Allen picks him up defensively. Shot's good. 14 points for Russell Westbrook.
Boy, he's been so cool out there. Composed, never rattled. I mean, a very steady contributor to the offense.
Gets the bucket.
And that's why you love this guy. I mean, tremendous work on the offensive boards. He just gets you second chance points.
Back to Collison. And that comes off the assist by Russell Westbrook. Westbrook's got 3 assists in the game. Back to LeBron. Tipped. Harden against Allen. Harden can't hit. The Heat trail by 7. LeBron is doubled. Here's Cole. He's covered by Westbrook from deep. And LeBron with the basket, the assist from Cole. 17 points for LeBron.
Well, it took him a long time to get that three-point range. Maybe this will get him going. Boy, they answered that three-pointer right back.
It is raining threes in here now, boys.
5-second differential between the shot clock and the game clock. Westbrook covered by LeBron. Cook dishes to Harden. And stolen by LeBron. Oh, and a fast break for the Heat. Here's Allen. That's good. Allen's got 5.
Good work turning that into an easy 2-point. He can attack the rim as well as anybody.
Westbrook passes to Collison. Can't get it to go. Here's Cole. Shot no good. Well, it's been an exciting game. Plenty of offense as we head to the 4th quarter. Thunder out in front, up 5. And do not go away as we'll be back in just a few moments with the start of our 4th quarter coming up next. So as we get rolling here in the fourth quarter, let's go to our sideline reporter, Doris Burke, for our Sprite Uncontainable Game. Doris?
And Kevin, for that great stretch the Thunder put together, they get the Uncontainable Game Award. They came out at halftime on a mission and seized control of the game by putting together that big scoring run. If they can keep it going, they'll walk out with a W.
Okay, Doris, thank you. And that was quite a run, guys. That made a big impact on where we are right now.
Yeah, I think that's safe to say, Kevin. It was a major turning point. You know, they really hit on something that, in the blink of an eye, had them scoring almost at will.
Well, you got to share the credit for that kind of run. I mean, you can't just say it was all about offense. There was some stingy, stiff defense being played, too.
All right, now a chance to set the floor courtesy of Gatorade. Fourth quarter action, all fueled up and ready to go. On the floor for Miami, Mario Chalmers and Dwayne Wade, the tandem in the backcourt. Shane Battier is out there with LeBron James, and it's Bosh in at the center, filling out the middle. Harden's shot is good.
And this continues to be a shootout.
Boy, I'm a fan as well as a commentator, and I love this fast-paced action. I mean, it's going back and forth, back and forth.
The three from LeBron. Shot is off. And it's Oklahoma City the other way. With the runner. The kick out to Westbrook. Back to Harden. Passes it to Ibaka. Miami grabs the miss. Bosh has got 4 rebounds now tonight. And Chalmers kicks to Bosh. From outside, off the mark. The Thunder leading by 6. And Westbrook, here we go. Cephalosha. That's good, and so Westbrook comes up with the assist. Westbrook's got his 4th assist with that last one here tonight. Timeout called, the Heat.
I think there's always a balance for Miami between getting out and running and letting Wade and LeBron do their thing and running the sets that Eric Spoelstra likes. Miami franchise has always been very controlled offensively over the years, and it's been a little bit of a quandary in terms of how to play. Do we get out and run, or do we play the way this team has traditionally played?
A moment to check in with Doris Burke. Doris?
Well, guys, I was able to listen in on what Eric Spoelstra was going over with his team in that last huddle. He told them to stick with what's worked to this point, saying, listen, they're giving us all the space we need inside. Let's take advantage of it. Keep working the ball inside the paint.
There is a tightrope that has been walked, Steve. You're right, with Miami in terms of play style. Clark seemed to find a balance, though, I thought, last year as the season went on.
Well, you know what? When you have players of their caliber, superstars, you got to give them a lot of rope and just let them go out and play and be free. It took some getting used to from both sides, but as you said, last year I thought they looked to be in sync.
You know, even from here, you can see that one pretty clearly.
Yep, pretty obvious. And a good call by the official.
James Harden, he's checked in for Oklahoma City. The Heat trail by 5. Battier outside. Bosh up on top. It's back to Battier. And again, Miami with the triple.
That's 9 straight points coming off 3 3-pointers. The defense just getting shelled.
Steve, the threes are killing them. I think they've got to find a way to chase them off the three-point line.
Harden with it. Wade picks him up. And that is good.
And he knows how to finish when he gets that close to the hoop.
Heat have gotten 4 of their 6 shots to fall so far here in the fourth. A pretty nice efficiency there. There's the dish to LeBron. Here's the 3. The shot no good. Great D that time from Durant. Harden dishes to Durant. It's stolen by Wade. Durant against LeBron. And it's Miami with another. Time called here. The Thunder decide to talk it over. They lead by 2. 1:32 left in the fourth quarter. We've got 1:28 left here in the fourth quarter. Outside Durant. Over James. The second chance effort. And the running layup is good. And the Thunder lead by 4.
Here in the second half, they haven't been able to get nearly as many second chance points. But with the lead, that's not really a major concern. I mean, they just got to play solid basketball the rest of the way to maintain their cushion.
Harden against Chalmers. Now, here is Harden. 6 on the shot clock. Perkins with the bucket. And it's a 6-point Thunder lead.
Got to be very careful with this team. They can be really strong inside if they get good position.
Well, you give up that kind of deep position, Steve, you're done. It's over.
Chalmers' shot is no good.
Not much time now.
Yep, they'll need some breaks, Steve, to be able to stay alive.
Boy, they have just gone crazy from three-point range since coming out of the halftime break.
Boy, it's been one three after another, Steve, an absolute barrage.
36 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Westbrook gets to Durant. Back to Westbrook. There's the triple. Offensive rebound. And now we've got the intentional foul.
Yeah, you got to freeze the clock. That's the enemy in this situation.
A few misses at the line, and they're in good shape.
And he misses the first one. He's able to hit the second one, and that gives them a 4-point cushion. Timeout called the Heat. They're behind by 4. 20 seconds left in the fourth quarter. What do you think, guys?
And obviously time is the big factor here, guys. They need to get points fast and then go for the steal, and if not, a quick foul.
Hard as it is, you just have to hope the guy you send to the line doesn't convert.
So the first one drops, and that puts them up by 5. And so both free throws are good. And it's a 6-point ball game.
That's how you finish it off. Knock them all down and chalk up the W.
We've got 13 seconds left in the fourth. And here's Chalmers from the arc. Rebounded by Serge Ibaka. And that's an intentional foul. He hits the first one, and that makes it a 7-point lead. And his second attempt at the line, no good. Here's Bosch, and the miss. So it's Oklahoma City picking up the win. They came, they saw, they conquered.
Hey, Kevin, to me,